Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another hot ass edition of Matters of Your Heart, where everything I talk about because you matter. Today is July 13th. I'm sorry, August 13th. I'm having a brain fart right now. I'm tired. It's hot. I just got off work, but I wanted to do this before I go inside. Y'all know I have an almost 3-year-old. She will be 3 in 7 days. 7 days. Like, whoo, I just had that little girl. I swear, I'm sorry. I'm doing all that. But y'all know me. I don't edit. I let my emotions flow. So this is day 55. Yeah, this is another video journey. Gosh, I made it almost 2 months without smoking. And of course, I feel really good about it. Right now, I'm at the stage in my smoke-free journey where I don't necessarily think about cigarettes so much. Like I said, I'm honest. I will always want a cigarette, okay? I will always want a cigarette because I am an addict. I am an addict. I'm a nicotine addict. I had quit everything else before. Easy. I used to do meth over 20 years ago. I quit that. It was like I just said, you know what? I don't want to do this shit no more. And it took 20 years later for me to feel the same way about nicotine. Now, here's something interesting. You know why it's hard for us smokers to stop? Well, I'm going to say ex-smoker. I am an ex-smoker. I am a former smoker. I'm going to speak that because I will never smoke a fucking cigarette ever again in my life. You know why it's so goddamn hard for people to stop smoking? Yeah, you talk about the 8,000 chemicals. I don't even know how many chemicals in the cigarette that are addictive. Maybe all of them. Maybe a lot of them. That's a lot. Cigarette addiction is... This is interesting. This is what I was told, okay? I don't know if it has any scientific value or not, but this feels true to me. It's just as hard to quit smoking cigarettes as it is for a heroin addict to stop using heroin, a meth addict to stop using meth, cocaine addict to stop using cocaine, a crack addict to stop using crack. Name a drug. That's how bad it is. And here's another junky thing. And anybody that used to smoke, you know what I'm talking about. And anybody that has never smoked, ask one thing, because what I'm about to tell you real quick, I'm just going to keep it real about addict. Don't look at this as a, ooh, that's nasty, judge. Oh, Toya, that was so gross. Please don't look at this like that, what I'm about to say. Please look at it as someone who has an addiction, who's conquering their addiction, and will spend the rest of their lives not taking another puff of cigarette ever again. And smokers know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what's a temptation for smokers who are broke? Seeing a half-smoked cigarette on the ground. You've seen homeless people pick them up. Or maybe you think they're homeless. Maybe you think they're down on their luck. And you know what? Some of them are. But some of them are not. Some of them probably just don't have money for a cigarette and they really want one, or they hadn't had money for a few days. They've been asking people for a cigarette. Some people say no. And then they see that half-smoked cigarette on the ground and they pick it up. Yes, that is the most disgusting thing in the world, is picking anything up off the ground. Okay, yes, I agree. I definitely fucking agree. Y'all know, if anything, I am accountable and I own my own shit. Yes, that is nasty shit. And yes, I have done it. I've done it. That's how bad it is. Now, if you're a smoker or a former smoker and you tell me that you ain't at least thought about picking up half of a freaking cigarette, or maybe a whole cigarette that somebody dropped because they didn't smoke it and are running for the bus, or even a third of a cigarette, just 3 little old puffs this long, part of it is the filter. You're lying. I will call you out right now. I'm going to tell you, you're lying. You can't tell me that you ain't never looked on the ground scoping for a cigarette because you are broke. Nobody wants to let you bum a cigarette. And you're waiting 2 days before payday, or 2 days before money, or 3 days before money, or maybe even the next day. Don't tell me you did not at least think about it. And out of those who think about it, most of us pick that damn cigarette up. That's bad. I'll confess something. I almost smoked one when COVID started. That's when I knew I was addicted. That's when I knew it was like, you know what, this is enough. And you know what, this was the day before I had actually quit. 56 days ago, I almost did this. 55 days ago, I quit. I said no more. I had found that cigarette I was holding on to the next day, and I didn't even smoke all of it. Because when I read about insulin resistance and nicotine, and I told you I wanted to do health all the way, if I'm going to lose weight, I might as well do that too. I did it. But that's how bad it is. That's how bad this addiction is. And if you know anybody that smokes, I ask you one thing. Because this is not going to, I ask you one thing because I ask you this because this is not going to help a smoker. Do not badger a smoker to quit. Do not hide cigarettes. Do not do anything like that. Please don't, because guess what? We stubborn as fuck, and we gonna smoke. We're gonna resent you for it. People who quit for other people, they're gonna go back to it because they had quit for the other person. Say the other person pisses them off, guess what? It's like, you know what? I quit smoking cigarettes for you, and you gonna act like this, guess what? I'm gonna take another motherfucking puff. Don't do that. Don't quit for nobody else but you. And when you are ready, you will know. So I just wanted to share this and just be very, very honest about what an addict goes through. You may not think nicotine is a big deal. Yeah, it is. It's just legal. The difference between nicotine and all them hard drugs, nicotine's legal. Cigarettes are legal. That's it. Still kills you. Still causes all kinds of health problems. So when you're ready to stop, stop. Whyquit.com. It's got a lot of information. I'm telling you. And thank you for tuning in. My next edition will be something totally different. I'm just thinking about what to talk about. That's it. And I'm going to take my black ass in this house. It's hot. I'm tired. I'm going to play with the kids. I'm going to cook. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to be in mommy mode. So thank you again for tuning in to this edition of Matters of Your Heart. And remember, please be kind to yourself because you matter. And part of being kind to yourself is think about your health. That's all I'm saying. And I love you guys. And until next time. Peace.